Danny, what's all this big news that you've got to tell us?
Well, DP Football School is now, from the 1st of April, going to DP Football Academy to bring stability to Newark, being the first academy in Newark-on-Trent.
So what does that actually mean for the parents? Because are you changing the whole setup or what?
We're changing the way we're going to run things. We're going to offer more to kids. Kids are coming from a long way to come to DP Football School. So when we change it to academy, we're going to offer a lot more. The elite teams, we're playing a lot more games. They'll be videoing their games, analysis their games, wearing the stat vest to see their performances, from how to learn about the game, how to get better, and developing, looking through the camera, watching themselves on camera, watching what they're doing, where they're making mistakes. I don't say mistakes, I shouldn't say mistakes, I say where we can develop better so the kids can see it firsthand. A lot of academies are doing this at the minute,
right,
and it works.
Why have you made that move?
I want more. I want to offer more to the kids who are coming to DP Football School, and I want to offer more and give them the best chance to play the best level of football.
Okay, something I'm a little bit confused about is that you are probably one of, if not the cheapest at that level, given them, at the top level. Why have you decided to be offering at lower prices?
We've looked at our prices, and I've gone through and I've gone through all the football schools from Manchester all the way down to Nottingham. So I've looked at Yorkshire, what they're charging, and I've got to think about little Tommy, who might not be able to afford or not lucky as others. So I want to keep it the cheapest football school. But the cheapest football school was offering the most.
It's incredible, isn't it? The fact that you can actually do that.
But
why does it mean so much to you, with these kids?
I started this football school 3.5 to 4 years ago now. I never thought it as a business. Now I've got to do it as a business, and I've got to look forward of what we're doing. The stats are for itself. The amount of kids we've got signed, the clubs where they've gone. I want to progress more as a football school for me. I want a challenge for myself and for the children. And I want more kids signed, but I want more. It's not just about the signed kids. It's about more kids getting better in their grassroots teams. It's not just about signing for academies or the end all. What we're looking at now, when we first started football school, we went from the age of 4 to 12. We're going from 4 to 19 now. So 4 to 19, when they get to 16, we'll be offering a scholarship programme, BTEC, going to college, playing full-time football, and it'll be the first academy in Newark-on-Trent to do so.
That's a fair old package, isn't it, to offer?
It's a good package. I've gone through the package, I've looked at the package, what we can offer.
Yeah.
I want more, what we can offer more. Now, I had a meeting this week with one of the best physios in the town who works at one of the best clubs in the world,
right?
And he's come on board with us now. So if any of DP Football Academy players have an injury, a niggle, or pull something, or need any treatment, this is what we're going to offer. We're going to offer 3 sessions free, and we'll back them 3 sessions for the parents, because I want these kids playing.
I'm not quite computing it, because that all takes money, and you're saying you're not actually going to pass that on. That's admirable, isn't it?
Yeah, what we looked at, we want to give something back. We want the kids to be on the field. We want the kids to have the best chance of playing the best level of football. Like, a lot of kids go elsewhere, but then a lot of kids have gone elsewhere and come to us and gone, wow. And we want that wow factor. How we run it from a very, very good games programme, how we plan our sessions, and going forward, how we want to get better. We've got a 3-year plan, looking how we can get better and better and better, and it will get better. I'll keep adding stuff, but at this time, this has been in the making of 4 to 6 months of going into academy. Right. How we can take DP Football School into an academy and give it what we can offer to the best of we can. And I think the package what we've put together, I've looked around what others can offer.
Yeah.
I don't think no one can offer what we are offering at the rate we're paying. The cheapest, we're getting the most, we're getting the most academies. And if you look at the stats, in the whole of Nottinghamshire, we've got the most kids signed. That's facts. No one can go against that. We've looked at it.
Right.
I've seen no club from Lincolnshire, Nottinghamshire, any kids signed for Man City. No, we have. Man United, we have.
Let me ask you this. If you can tell us now, if that's possible, what price point are we at?
What per?
For this elite academy?
So what we're looking at £7 per session. £7 per session. If you look at that and compare it to your grassroots, if you compare it to other people in Newark,
yeah,
we are still the cheapest. And for £7, what is it? Pint and half a beer for you to give your kids the best chance to play at elite football and give them the best chance.
Yeah, when you look at it that way and you bring it down to that little denominator, a pint and a half, so that your kid can actually get out there and get the best training. That's probably worth it, isn't it?
I think what we've offered, I spoke to some of our elite parents, I've spoken to them, what we're offering. Some of them don't get about the analysis stuff. Some of us are
let me just stop, sorry for interrupting, but let me just ask you this. How important is that analysis?
For me, if I say to a little Tommy about a game, how it's progressed, can you remember when you did that cross, can you remember you did that? And he'll go, well, not really. So if we're putting this on video, and then once a month, on a Friday, we'll be getting them kids into a classroom, watching that game, so it's going to be like match of the day. They'll come in, they'll watch the video, and they'll go, pick the good things. The good things like, if, I don't know, little Joe Goy scores a goal, watch his little face, watch it on video in front of all his mates, all his teammates. He's gonna be amazed. But then looking at the development points. So what we work on if we say a diamond, when we get the ball, we make the pitch bigger. When we get it, we make the pitch smaller. Are we doing that? We can show kids exactly where they need to be.
Yeah.
What passes are they putting in? We always say one-on-one, skill them on in good areas. Yeah. Show us it. Are we doing that? And if not, they're looking at screen, they're going to get an email taking that away, so their kid can watch that over and over again,
right,
to see where they can get better, where they can develop quicker.
Yeah.
And then each kid will get an individual analysis of themselves. So their own clips, they'll get their own clips of going, look what I've done. They'll show their mates, look at that skill. And that's what we're looking at. Or if they've not developed, or I want them to ask me questions. Danny, what could I have done there? What can I do here? What's better? What turn could I have done?
Right.
And that's what we're trying to put out.
But what I'm hearing is professional, because they do that at that top level. So why are we bringing it in at such an early age?
Because a lot of academies are doing it. There's a thing called Huddle, and clubs are going on Huddle. So when academy kids play a game, they play a game on the way home, they'll get an email from this Huddle of this video. And I can see the progression of kids in academies and how fast the progression. It's mad. We know kids now you're on your TikToks, they're looking at videos all the time.
Yeah.
So what more does a kid want watching themselves thinking, what can I do better?
Oh, it'd be a big push for them.
It's a big push.
Yeah, for confidence and everything else.
For confidence, but if a kid see themselves doing something good,
yeah,
they're going to go, ready, I'll look at me out, and they'll start believing in themselves.
Yeah, that's cool.
We've got some kids who they're not the confidence players in training, because our training's hard. Our training is hard. We take them to the limit, and parents have come. We've got a kid who's come from Bottisford. He's settled in, but his confidence in training is low. But then I took him to an academy, and it's high. So we need to get the balance right. Yeah. I want him to believe in training to get his match better.
Right.
So we need to look at the analysis to go back and go, hey, Teddy, look at that, son. Look how good you've done. Well, if he keeps looking at good stuff, when it comes to training, what's he going to do? He's going to believe in himself. Yeah,
it's all about self-belief at the end of the day. And you're right, to be telling people they're good and how they can upskill and everything else. It's gonna get to them. What does that mean for DP school then? Are you running the school and the academy together?
We'll keep the school going. We'll keep the school going, but as a school, I want it to all to be an academy. And that's the reason. The reason why I want to be an academy. It gives you a status. It shows you what you're about. It shows if you go to another academy, and it shows you, oh, you're a school. You're a school. If you go over to an academy, where they're all playing DP academy, and you're giving them good games, people are going to talk about that academy. Not many people talk about schools.
Oh, okay.
So we look at it and go, I want people to talk about us.
Right.
And to talk about us, the way we play football, every academy we've been to, we've got great reports. Every academy we've been to, every single academy we've been to, we've always got 1 to 2 kids being offered to go over to train or to come in. Every single one. And that's from Crewe Alexander all the way to Man City, to Derby, to Forest, to Lincoln, to Notts County.
Wow.
So we're looking at going, what do we want? I want people to go DP Academy, to put in Newark on the map. And the thing, what we've got to look at, people were saying to me, when I set this up 4 years ago, they said to me, why are you doing it? And I said to them, I want a kid in the Football League or the Premier League, and they laughed at me. Now people aren't laughing. People aren't laughing. Well, we go through. You've got Manny Norkit, who's just been offered his first team squad number at Man United. We've got Layla Curtis at Man City flying at the Gills. We've got 66 kids flying at academies. When these kids get signed from DP, that don't mean it's closed a chapter on DP. I keep in touch with the parents. I speak to the academy managers how these kids are getting on.
Right.
And the reports I'm getting from these 66 kids who are at clubs is immense. So we're looking at going, can we get more kids in? And what you got to think about, is my business good or is it bad? A lot of people say it's good. Some people say it's bad because I'm losing that many kids, but I'm getting younger kids coming through because we know they're getting what opportunities they're getting.
Right. So that's a bit of a testament to you, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, if you're losing that many kids that are being picked up by other academies, that's actually shouting DP. You know, the skill sets and everything else are good enough to be moving on.
We're looking at going big now. Nothing's going to stop us.
Right.
Nothing's going to stop us. When I've got people travelling from Manchester, Skegness, Boston, Leeds, Halifax, Sheffield, to come and train at DP 3 times a week, it speaks volumes for me.
You've been serious?
Yeah, we've got people travelling all over. And what you got to look at, the kids at football school probably got 20% of Newark kids. You come in and people go, who's that kid? Oh, he's from Skegness. Who's that kid? Yeah, he's from Manchester. Who's that kid? From Halifax. And people are coming all over.
That's incredible.
Since Christmas, we've had 28 new starters. From March, we've got another 15 starters. So the school's getting bigger. But going to this academy now, how we're working it, we've got more coaches.
Right.
So the groups are staying small. That's one thing I want to get to people. The groups are small. Yeah. You don't come to DP football school and have 25 in a group. It doesn't happen. We'll stick to a basis of 12 to 15 kids per group.
Right.
Because we want that progression in training, going into matches. And that's how we want to go.
All right. You got that look in your eye. Yeah. You're actually deadly serious about that.
That's
not going to increase.
That's the main thing. I look at other football schools with 20, 25 kids. It doesn't work. It doesn't work because you're not getting. If you do that, you got to look about 25 kids. You've got 60 minutes.
Yeah.
60 minutes to concentrate. What if I don't get a chance to speak to that kid within that hour? He's not going to feel part of DP football school.
Right.
But I know with 12 kids, I can get individual, go round, go on little Tommy, go on Billy, here we go, let me see something. And I want that. That's important to me.
So the other thing I need to ask you then is if you're going to up it, coaches wise, are you actually actively involved in the coaching, or how's that?
The coaching, we've been going 4 years, or 3.5 to 4 years now. At DP Football School, I've never missed a session. That's one thing what I want to put out there. A lot of people say, I've asked to come to our football school and go, do you do the sessions or do you coaches? I do the sessions. Going forward to DP Football Academy, I'll be doing the elite sessions.
Right.
On a Monday, I'll be doing the development sessions. I like to be involved. A lot of people who's come to us going, I can't believe how many sessions you do. Why don't you sit back? No, it's not me. Because you're only as good as your last session. if that session's poor, if that person's coming all the way from Manchester and has a poor session, is he going to come back next week? And that's what you've got to ask yourself. So I've got to make sure the coaches, me, my training program's up to scratch, everyone's getting pushed to the limit. And I love getting home, looking at the phone, I've got messages after messages going, thanks for tonight, Danny, great session. But I want parents to be honest. If it's not good, or if your son's or daughter's not been pushed, I want to know. Because you can ask my family. I come home and the first thing I do is go on the laptop, I write down where I've done good, what can I improve, and can we go again? And that's a big thing for me. And that's where I want to go now, from 4 to 3 years old to 19. I want to go to 19 because look at the Jamie Vardy story. He didn't start playing football to professional till 21, 22. So you've all got a chance. You never stop believing. The Manny Norkit story is the best for me. RHP Field in a tournament, everyone telling me he wasn't good enough, and I wanted to put that lad in a chance to go over to Man City. 4 weeks down the line, he signed a 3-year deal at Man United.
You're kidding.
And now people in Newark was telling me he wasn't good enough. I go from my heart, and I believe what I'm doing, and I believe in these kids.
Wait. So there were people in Newark that said he was no good, yet you actually spotted the talent in the boy. What did you see?
What you got to look at, that boy went to Lincoln City, he went to Boston, he went to Derby, he went to Forest, and they said he wasn't quite as good. I wanted to see that boy with players, quality players, round him. The first Sunday I took him to Man City, he went there, he scored an hat-trick, he was on fire.
Wow.
And my academy manager came to me and went, wow, what a player. And that's what you got to look at. You've got to look at people on the talent. I believe in all my elite kids. I say to academy managers, I've got some great under 9s and 10s. I've got some great under 8s. I've got some great under 12s.
Yeah.
But what I've got to say, what I see them 3 times a week. I see them 3 times. So I know what they can do.
Right.
Sometimes when you go to academy, like tonight we're going to Man City, our under 7s are going to Man City. They'll get there. Some kids will go, oh, it's Man City. They're not relaxed. That environment.
Right.
Last time I went to Man City, Kevin De Bruyne come on the pitch. He had a kick around, had a hug with the kids, had a photo. That's massive for a kid from Newark.
You can believe it.
So what we've got to look at, they're relaxed at the YMCA, they're in their own comfort zone. But I want to take kids out of the comfort zone and go, if you show your skills off, like I know you can, I know you've got a chance. And the thing is, I'll never take a kid to academy, any kid, if I don't think they've got a chance. Because it's not fair on me, it's not fair on the kid, It's not fair on the kid's parents. So I've got to look at it on a bigger view. And this is why we're bringing the stat vest in. The stat vest, when you put the vest on, you put a little chip in the back, and when they're training, when they are playing matches, how much work they're doing. So when I put them on in the academies, if they're not doing that quite as much, I can say to them, how come you're doing that here, you're not doing that there? Is it because it's a mindset thing? Is it because you're nervous?
Right.
Little things where I can say to them, this is what you've done here, mate, but here, you've dropped down a little bit.
Yeah.
How come? And I want him to tell me why. Is it because, I've gone to Man City and I was a little bit nervous and I didn't know what to do, really?
Right.
Because they will. Tonight, it will happen. There'll be 3 or 4 looking round, look at the mums in the crowd, and it will happen.
Right.
And that's the way academy football is. It's the people who express themselves. That's why we try and get so many academy games over at like Man City. Like now, some of them, it's the 3rd time. So I'm expecting big things.
Wow.
Because it should be settled now.
Yeah, right.
And what you got to look at, some of them are 6-year-old and they've been to the best academy 3 times already. That's what we're looking at doing.
So, a bit further down the line, I mean, the thing for me is if you're training these kids and they're going to all these different academies and everything else, do they ever get to come back to you? Can you keep hold of them or what? How does that work?
What we're looking at like now, like this year, we're going to Barcelona.
Yeah.
4 or 5 of them assigned players are coming back to play in Barcelona. It's going to be amazing.
Wow.
And that's what I want.
Right.
I'll keep in touch. The other day I drove down to the YMCA. Little Charlie Scrutt was coming out. His older brother was playing. Charlie Scrutt had a fantastic story. He got offered a contract at Man City. It was a big commitment for his mum. They decided to play for Derby. For me, it's a Cat 1 Academy. The family's happy and Charlie's happy. And that's what I say to our kids. Don't look at a badge when you get offered a contract.
Right.
From the bottom academies to the top. If you come out with a smile on your face and you're enjoying your football, that's all I want. It's like for me, if you like me and you're getting your best football and you're still playing academies and your son and daughter's not ready for academy, stay there. Because if he's good enough, he's going to progress and he will be in academy. Or he's going to be striving in his grassroots club. And that's what it's all about.
Right. All right, so one last question for you. Like I said, I'm just hearing professional. What would be the ultimate at the other end? Would it be like an agency or something whereby you've got your kids and you can take them through, or what? How?
DP Academy will be DP agency as well. DP Academy agency. So we want to bring an agency in to try and guide the older generation kids, your 16, 17, 18-year-old kids who have come through the football school and want my advice on how to do things. What if they get, I don't know, offered? Is this offer good enough, Danny? Is he a better offer on the down the line? And I want these parents because they trusted me with their kids from a young age. Why not trust DP Academy when they're older? I want to give them the best advice. I want the best for their kids. And I don't think one parent who's come through DP Academy has gone, I trust Danny. Because I'm not in it for me. It's not about me. And I treat all them kids like my own. And everyone, I've got a lot of comments on that saying, these kids are like your own. Yeah, they are. I want these kids to be like my own because I treat them like my own. Yeah. I'll do anything for these kids. But to put Newark on the map for professional footballer from step 5, 4, 3, what you got to look at in the non-league football now, you're looking at players on £500-600 a week, £700 a week playing step 6 football.
It's crazy.
So it doesn't matter about making a professional.
Right.
Putting them on that stage, getting paid to play football. I look at players, what's come through Newark, thinking, wow. And they say to me, I wish I was younger now, Danny. You look at Scott Grayson. We can't question Scott Grayson. Scott Grayson's probably is and still is the most talented footballer we've seen in Newark. And what about skill base wise? And on Sunday I was walking through the park and Scott Grayson come on and played for his Sunday team, so he still want to play. He made 3 passes, pinpoint to a lad's toe. I walked off with my little dog and I thought, if that lad had the coaching, the chances to go to these academies, where would Scott Grayson be today? That's one of the main reasons I set this school up, looking at players like that. You look at Leon Lane. Leon Lane was playing England under 21s from Newark. You look at John O'Hanley, who could have gone a lot further. Dave Mack, before my time, but when I was playing, people was going, he's quality, you want to watch him, Matty Roach, look at the goals he scored in this town. That's just a few players of people who could have gone to that next level with that bit of professional guidance. Right. And we got to think, no coach, no person is the finished article. I'm very lucky for where I am. I'm working with the best coaches in the world at Manchester City. I'm working with the best coaches and learning. These coaches now think they've learnt it now already. You never stop learning. And that's one thing I want to put out there. We're learning as a coach, as a football academy, and every day's a school day. The day you come out of a match thinking you know it all, you're in the wrong sport. And all I'm saying to everyone now, DP Academy will get your kid from start to finish. You will not go backwards here. You'll be going forwards, and you're going to get the best guidance, the best training, the most experience for the cheapest price in the whole of Nottinghamshire.
And actually end up possibly with an agent.
At the end of it, an agent, every footballer's got one.
Wow.
Every footballer in the world has got one. because it is a guide from what you know, what can you do, where can you put them. And that's what I'm saying. From start to finish now at DP Academy from the 1st of April, DP Academy, we start with the agency. We start 4-year-old to 19, giving your lads, ladies, the best chance of playing and getting paid to play football. If it's not professional, it could be step 7, 6, 5, 4. And what I'm looking at the minute, you look at Newark Town. Newark Town are a step 7 football team, getting paid. How many Newark players are in that team? A squad of 18, how many Newark players? 2. You look at Newark FC, there's 1. So you've got 2 biggest clubs in Newark with 3 Newark-based players. DP Academy will change that because I'll believe in this younger generation coming through. And I believe in these young kids. People go, oh, they're too young. Was Wayne Rooney too young when he come on against Arsenal and scored against David Seaman? Was he too young then? Is Phil Foden good enough when he came on in the Champions League and scored? Don't look at an age. I look at people at top academies, a player at Man City who's under 12 playing under 15 football. Is he too young? No, he's not. Age is only a number from anything. And that's what I want to put out there. What I'm going to say, the last thing I want to say, if you want to be part of DP Academy, if you want to be part of it, when this post goes out on Facebook, there'll be a link. The first week in April is trials week. If you want to be part of the trials week, register, inbox me and be part of DP Academy.